So this is a upgraded general farm. I think 2 years ago I made an iron farm, but since then Create Mod has had an update and introduced a few amounts of things. However, those things are not really featured in this build. Essentially what this is and I'm planning to expand it more into andesite, hopefully. Right now it is a cobblestone, iron, blackstone, clay, flint, nether quartz, and gold farm. Now this can also be a soul sand farm. However, I just don't see a use for that, so I didn't make it. Later on, I will be connecting all of these into one input, so these create motors I can get rid of, because ultimately this is what we want in our end game factory in a survival world, right? So this cobblestone generator is where it all starts, and I got this idea. It's not original. I got it from a YouTuber named Triobian, and he also it wasn't original for him. He found it from a Discord user, which I don't know. I forgot. So essentially what this does is you have fluid container tanks with lava inside, and these are a series of mechanical pumps below that are waterlogged, and they are pointing downwards. So what this does is it's bringing the fluid, the lava, down to this 1x1 area. Like if you look at this per unit, it's a 1x1 area. And because the pump pumps the lava here, and this is waterlogged, the water then travels to this block and mixes with the lava and creates stone, cobblestone. And there is a trapdoor layer and a funnel layer right here. So this contraption uses the gantry shaft, and the reason for this is because when, for example, if this is stopped, if we use the clutch to stop this, this is how we would build it. However, when we start this machine, Create Mod will register these two block layers as invisible layers, since they are moving. Now the problem with that is, once a gantry hits the end of its travel, the end of the track actually stops whatever is connected to the gantry, therefore also stopping this machine. Now in the moment where this is moving, the lava and water have time to mix to create cobblestone. However, when it is stopped, that block that is stationed there is now mixed with the trap door, which is stopped, and two blocks being in the same place is not really something that Minecraft can handle, so the cobblestone breaks, and that's what we can see here. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. Afterwards, this is just a safety measure so that all cobblestone goes in here, goes into the item vault, and the item vault is able to withstand, don't worry about this. I have we'll talk about this later, but this is a 3x3 by 9 item vault, and it's able to withstand, I believe, 1620 stacks of whatever block it stores. Now in order to know when to power this and when to not, because of course we don't want this running the entire time, threshold switch. I have it set to that after the item vault reaches 75% of its capacity, it'll stop moving. This will stop moving. And that happens with a redstone link to the clutch. This is a display link. It just shows you how much cobblestone is currently in the item vault. I just wanted that for convenience. So now we know how the cobblestone generator works. We can move on to the iron farm / flint, but I don't know why you'd want flint. Anyways, a portion of the cobblestone in the item vault is dispersed into this conveyor belt, and this conveyor belt brings the cobblestone along into these chutes, which are then crushed by crushing wheels. Now, in earlier models, you can see here, I used millstones. The problem with millstones is they are only able to process one cobblestone at a time, whereas crushing wheels can do a stack at a time. And through testing, because I believe chutes are able to only transport 16, so I just decided to, correct me if I'm wrong with that, so I just decided to use 4 crushing wheel sets, so I can get 1 stack per process, so that is processed here, and it's taken to this conveyor belt. That conveyor belt is then washed, or taken to a depot, which washes all of the gravel that is crushed from the crushing wheel. And it's kind of hard to see here, but you get the gist. I found this useful tip with leaves and water logging. I forgot which YouTuber that was, but this video is not for monetization anyway, so anyways, you know what, just for fun, let's find it. From Dragon. I learned that from Dragon. Dragon. Anyways, simple thing here. You have your fans, 4 fans blowing whatever's in there in the depot, and that is filtered out into flint and iron nuggets. Now the iron nuggets are automatically filtered into this basin, which the mechanical press stamps into iron ingots, and the flint just travels all the way down. Now this conveyor goes all the way to our collection system, which we'll talk about later. So that's pretty much the iron farm. Now we talk about part 2, which is the the quartz, flint, clay, and gold farm. So same thing, we're taking cobblestone from the original item vault right there, and it is important to note that we still have a net positive input of cobblestone, which is nice because we still can use the source for more farms in the future. Moving on, or sorry, should I say continuing, we have this conveyor belt taking it to the crushing wheels. Same deal as before. However, we have a double crushing wheel, and technically you can also make this a sand farm, because after 2 crushing wheel sets, or 2 crushing wheel processes, it turns into sand, and you can see that here. Where is it? There. So cobblestone into gravel, 1 more into sand, transported through this conveyor belt into the depot, and it is cooked by soul campfire. What soul campfire does is it turns sand into soul sand, which we can see here. It's hard to see. And once you wash soul sand through this secondary washer, you have a 2% chance, I believe, of getting gold nuggets, and a 12% chance of getting iron quartz, or sorry, nether quartz. I think it's 12. Not sure. Other byproducts of washing sand, you get clay and flint. So we just move that along. Now this is important. This filter will filter out clay, flint, and nether quartz right away from this conveyor belt in the washing station. Gold nuggets go into the mechanical press to be stamped, and that's just for convenience later, so you don't have to craft nuggets. So, and that traverses to the item storage. Now part 3, which is honestly the simplest part, is creating blackstone. Now, at first, on design note here, I tried using campfires like over there, but apparently, like, I don't know what the reasoning is or like the logic behind it, but I do want to say that campfire is not strong enough to haunt quote unquote cobblestone into blackstone. So we actually have to use soul sand and fire on top of it. So this is directly from the source, no conveyors, anything like that. From the source, we get the cobblestone into the depot, blowed and haunted by these fans and the soul camp, or not the campfire, the soul fire into blackstone, which you can see here. It's gonna be really fast, but yeah, there it is. Try to catch it. So all of these farms go into one singular, or one, how do you say, a single system of conveyors. Let's call it that. And what if we just want cobblestone, raw cobblestone? We also have that. We have this chute right here. Now, a big design note here, really big design note. If I were to just not have this touch the conveyor, meaning that not let the conveyor know that there is a block there, this is what happens. It'll just keep dispensing cobblestone. Now, this may be good in terms of efficiency, but this does pose problems, because what if this conveyor is full? Then you won't have enough cobble, or you won't have, what if there's no space on the conveyor? Then you just have cobble sitting there, and that's going to be a problem with all of that. And that has happened to me earlier. Not fun to fix. So we take it here, a few gearboxes just to get this working. We have a transportation conveyor that moves all of the blocks that was collected from the farms, and then through that we have smart chutes, which filter out each product we get from the farms we created, and they're directly underneath, so they'll just pick it up on the way, no hassle whatsoever. And if it's not going to happen right now, but if the chute misses one stack, for example, if there's so much cobblestone there that they're going to miss a few, you can just cycle again and pick it up the next time. So all of that goes into here, into this item vault. It's a 2x2x6, because honestly, this guy is crazy. Imagine having 300,000 blocks of all of our byproducts, or all of our products. I don't even know how long that's going to take. So practicality, I think 2x2x4 is, even 2x2x6 is already overkill. I think 2x2x4 is enough. Maybe even 3. That's just me though. What else? So everything that is from the item vault will first be dispensed into these chests. Now this just makes it readily for us to grab our stuff. We can already see here, full double chest. Of course, cobblestone is the most important one, or the most high yielded product from the farm. So, I mean, for example, if I needed to build something like cobblestone, I just grab this, and you can see how it's already replenishing, and I really like that. That's why I chose to go with like this design instead of having like, I don't know, just an item vault, full item vault, and then like a funnel or whatever. And a major design note: when you talk about chutes, they drop 16 per block. And if I were to make this a standard, double chest storage system and have our hoppers, right? Everyone knows how to make this. The problem with this is hoppers transport one item at a time. You saw earlier how we were able to get 16 items per tick. There you go. And it's already replenished. So that's a really nice design note for that. This part may seem complicated, but it's really simple. It's just duplicating the same module each time. You have your display blocks powered by these display modules that basically just tell you how much items are in the item vault that these smart observers are connected to. So that's that for the storage system. Now, the last part of this project, or this ongoing project, I should say, is the automatic discarding of extra resources. I mean, in real life, you would never want to waste valuable resources like this, but there's since Minecraft is basically allows you to have infinite items, we don't want this to be like useless, I guess. I don't know where I'm going at with this, but going back on point, this system right here will tell the item vault to spit out items when it gets too full. Now, too full is subjective. I set that to 90%. Just because I wouldn't want it to be super full, because there could be a chance that these guys right here, after it's super full, there might be a little halt because stopping of systems, and this guy's spitting out, and then this guy's gonna have trouble. I don't know. I don't want to test that. I don't even want to touch that. So I want to be conservative about it and just keep it at 90% efficiency. In addition to that, you can see here, cobblestone. So once that hits 90%, it'll start dropping, and I set it to 80%. Once it's been dropped to 80%, it'll block this. So you can see that here. If it takes too long, we'll stop. But yeah, there it should be. Yeah, there you go. So let it clear. So when that happens and it's dropped to 80%, the funnel turns back on and no item can get away from it. And that is the automatic discarding system for unwanted items or too many items. I could improve this. A little problem that this may pose is this display block shows the number of blocks that are in the item vault, and also the number of the number of blocks that are in the chest. As you can see, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the max amount of items you can have in a double chest. So this is really helpful to see like how much I have in my double chest, which in these items right here, or in these kinds of items like the quartz, the blackstone, and the cobblestone, they're always going to be full. So yeah, it's pretty nice. that's the progress on this. I think phase 2 would be automating andesite, automating andesite alloy, and automating brass. Very important stuff to have in a survival world, especially when you're crafting. Especially when you have these items right here, these blocks that use brass, you know. And I don't want to make a gear ratio every time I have to make a process like that. So it's nice to have these rotational speed controllers. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna expand on this, continue to expand on it, but that's what it is.